All right, well, I do think it's time for us to head on over to Alpha, which will be OpTic Gaming versus Splyce, and the wonderful Ben and Chance taking it away.
Thank you very much, Katie. Of course, as we're looking at that Delta game, FaZe turning up a little bit there, trying to go, extend the series at least a little bit. We'll see if they'll be able to take it to Game 5 and try and shut down straight rip. But the game on main stage, OpTic Gaming, Splyce, Chance, these are two teams, both in their pools, unbeaten so far.
It's the tune-up match, right? Like, I don't expect an open bracket team to really be able to beat either one of these guys.
Agreed.
So this is purely just to figure out exactly how good they are, right? The best competition either one has faced so far on LAN, and now we kind of see where the cards fall. Because, like, a lot of pro teams, for example, have been talking up Splyce, saying they're definitely top 4, top 2, like they are a phenomenal team. And now we get to see it. Put them up against OpTic Gaming, the clear-cut favorite we have here at Vegas. And what can they bring to the table? Well,
Pac-Man has Splyce in 5. We'll see if his prediction will come true. To your point, a lot of people have been saying, you know, don't underestimate Splyce. They really are the real deal. But on the flip side of things, of course, OpTic Gaming, without a doubt, coming in heavy tournament favorites. And it's going to be a Hacienda hardpoint to start things off. And we're going to kick things off on board with Dashy. He's going to fall, but instantly Krim will find himself a double.
And then, best start you could possibly have. You got your ICR in those power positions. He's just going to be a laser beam player trying to get up top hallway. But again, they're just going to walk into him. Temp, though, is going to take it to him. Of course, though, it is still going to be OpTic inside the hill. Karma's going to be by himself. Tags a couple players up. Let's see if the help comes in inside the hill. Dash is looking for him. Can't find him yet.
And for me, this is one of those series where you need Jerd to really kind of have one of those series, right? One of those King Jerd-esque series, because you know he can do it. Man has so much talent. But speaking of talent, Dashy! Oh, that can't happen. Looking for maybe a third. Not gonna find it, but so far after the first hill, Splyce with a 3-point lead. OpTic fighting for the scrap time, but this is where it's all about the rotations. And as you can see on that mini-map, keep your eyes on it. Number 5, TJ, looking to be a thorn in Splyce's side.
And Splyce did the right thing. They felt the pressure. They said, we can't even afford to put people in the back. We know we're spawning out. Deal with the guys up front, and we'll just try to take it from the other side. We have to give up the good spawn, so we'll see where the kills come in. You got Jerd watching this mid-doorway cutting. So far, so good. He's going to have Scump in front of him. The beatdowns are there, and this is a huge factor with Jerd in my mind. Yep. He is the single best beatdown player this past year, unequivocally in World War II. Now in this game, beatdowns are incredibly important. Yep. I'm keeping my eye on Jerd non-stop for that.
Well, currently 5-3 start for him. As it stands though, Splyce with hill control, 28 seconds left, and OpTic Gaming look as if they're gonna try one last push. TJ will find a pick on the Jerd. He's gonna be traded out. Krim fighting from behind, but time is dwindling down here, and you can see already on the mini-map, Scump and Karma, number 1 and number 2, thinking about rotating over towards the next hill. They're gonna have some pretty important gunfights here, which they're gonna need to win if they wanna stop the early bleeding.
And I just gotta point out again, on that last hill, that was Splyce that they didn't really win that rotation battle. They got to the hill, but they didn't have the spawns, and they fought it out from the right side. The situational awareness was perfect. Now, of course, it's Splyce inside the hill early again, but now they're kind of trapped in. Crim6 is inside the hill. Karma's trying to lock down spawns. I think they're going to be going for the surge, and it looks like so far so good. Karma's going to get 3 on the way there, and now he's going to turn around. He knows they're spawning back, getting 4, letting it ride.
He's not done yet. There's number 5, backs away, waiting for the heal. Now, I mean, he's a 3-time world champ, right? He's feeling confident today, that's for sure. We've already seen him put up incredible figures in Respawn, and he is not slowing down here. Trying to bring OpTic Gaming back into this one. As he drops back into the hardpoint. 2 players from Splyce over to his left. Has to worry about, of course, maybe a push from above. Has the teammate in support. It's going to be Scump. Karma just trying to stay alive, but OpTic Gaming at least doing well to keep this hardpoint contested for as long as they have, but need to be careful of the team shots. Jerd to the other side of the fence, trying to put some damage now, but Karma's gonna fly out. Bear in mind now, 175 away from Streaks, hopped over the fence, not able to find one more. That would have been big for Streaks for OpTic Gaming.
And Splyce, I'm pretty sure they knew. They sent every single person fighting for that 10 seconds of scrap. They wanted Karma to die, and well, they made it happen, but of course, because of that, OpTic does win the rotations over toward next. They're trying to chip away at that lead, down by a little, about 20 points, and there's a nice kill from Scump. He fights away from the beatdown. Gonna be able to find 2 as well. OpTic holds strongs for a moment, but it looks like Splyce is able to break through.
Waiting for the next wave of gunfights. You can see OpTic Gaming setting up a pinch on the minimap. Aqua does well to find 1. He actually finds himself 2. Dashy trying to make something happen, but after the first wave of fights, as OpTic try and break it, falls to TJ, last man alive. Tempest has been invested here by Aqua. Nice snapshot onto TJ. He's gonna want to heal up though, low health. He's earned himself 2 streaks. for his efforts and could potentially earn his third with a nice Tempest shot here. Is it going to chain Dashy? He's managed to find a three-piece of his own. Still Karma with Grab Slam as well on the hill. 15 seconds left. Chaos ensues, but OpTic Gaming, they're going to get the scrap time.
And that is just pure insanity. Dashy finding 3 through Tempest. The chain doesn't come in. I don't know how he does it, but he does. TJ picking up 3 as well. That's nice for him to start getting some momentum back in the game because a bit of a slow start coming out from him. But first set of rotations in, Splyce has a lead, and you got to keep in mind they still have score streaks.
That's the key. Aqua with a tier 1, tier 2 streak was not able to find the third, but OpTic Gaming now getting some kills. Mac stringing them in quick succession. 40 seconds left on the first hill, and again, we'll keep our eyes on that rotation for the spawns. They have a ton of extra utility. Of course, Dashy's still with Tempest. Karma has a War Machine. Scum, in fact, all of them basically, outside of Crim and TJ, who are both halfway through towards their specialists. So, if push comes to shove, we could see that maybe invested on this next rotation.
There have been a ton of games for OpTic Gaming in Hardpoint where they start out a little bit slow. It seems like things are tough. They got to deal with some score streaks, and by the end of the game, they just win. They somehow pull it off. It happened earlier with the Pittsburgh Knights. We saw something similar. Splyce isn't that kind of team, though. If you give them too much, they are going to put you down. So again, they have to heat up. OpTic Gaming does. They have to try to turn things around, and Jared able to find 2, even if he does kind of kill himself there, but OpTic Gaming inside the hill.
Oh, and behind number 8 on the minimap there, I thought Jared was going to try and push all the way around the outside, because in fact, no, it's going to be Looney who's going to go for it because they invest the streak. Looney now trying to block the spawns. Will he get there in time? I don't think so, but he should be able to at least find 1, maybe 2, trying to put down some damage. OpTic Gaming, though, they do have hill control. More streaks now invested by Aqua, but whilst the streaks are coming through, it's still OpTic Gaming inside the hill.
And this is it. Splyce, they have to get through. They invested so much. They got to contest. They got to do something. But now you got Karma coming in from the backside. He's able to find 1. Has help for the second. Flying out towards water to get more. Now a War Machine. Everything is getting burned on this Lamborghini hill. And Splyce, they're here, but they're struggling. It's not clear cut at all. 20 seconds left. Still just fighting for this scrap.
No, Karma still with Grab Slam. 18 seconds. Hardpoint still going to be contested. 121 to 108. But when push comes to shove, Splyce invests 2 streaks. They invest specialists as well. And OpTic walk away with the majority of hill time. And now it looks as well, they may have the rotation here defenses.
And that's just how it happens, man. OpTic, they're so good. They can deal with the pain. And you saw Looney. He was so close to blocking those spawns as well. He wasn't quite in position, and timing ever so slightly off and potentially costly. Now Karma surging forward, only able to find 1. So Splyce with the pressure from up top right now, overwhelming OpTic Gaming, keeping them pinned down in back 10. But you see, if one player is able to contest, turns out this is apparently the contest-heavy hill.
Right? Who knew? 38 seconds left on the hill. Once again, Jared looking for any kind of angle. Somehow gets away with his life. Dashy won't make him pay. Looney trying to slide in, but Dashy again with another kill. Tech may have to just back away from this one for now. Wait for maybe a little bit of teammate support to come through. Decides he wants to go for the challenge. And Dashy, that's 3 kills on the hill for him. He's working towards streaks. Can he find 1 more? No, he can't. Accuracy cuts him down.
And look, everyone knows Dash is a freak. Leading the lobby in kills, the man is sitting at 28. But the counterpart on the Splyce side of things is Aqua, a man who at times is an absolute god. Even last year, when he had maybe a lackluster year overall, you'd say, still, his S&D game was disgusting. His respawn was still very, very good. Expect him to try to heat things up.
2.5 minutes remain in the game. 155, 134. We go to the final hill of the second rotation. You see Karma trying to get inside, trying to contest. Splyce, they have the early setup here. They're going to nullify that early lead, or the late lead, I should say, as you see the War Machine invested. That's not going to be too much use for OpTic Gaming. Looney with a double, Temp with 1 as well. All of a sudden, the lead OpTic Gaming were able to get is going to disappear.
This is just good old gunfights on gunfights. The speed is insane. The accuracy is as good as it gets. Again, 2 top teams in the game absolutely going at it. But Splyce has a very nice hill again. They did get through that War Machine to no avail. Looney sitting inside the hills having a pretty solid game as well at 27 kills. But OpTic Gaming going full force, sliding back in. 3 in the hill. They're going to get the wipe, looking for that final 15 seconds.
Yeah, they did not want to give up that scrap time. And once again, OpTic Gaming will go back into the lead. The final 8 seconds belongs to them. Now it's all about that mid-neutral hill. We will walk away with the spawns as well to second. We've seen that have a big influence. Dashy has himself a Tempest. You're probably not going to see him invest it yet, unless maybe he gets super close to streaks and wants to try and secure them. But this mid-neutral hill It's been pretty heavily contested so far throughout this game. In the first couple of rotations, it's probably going to be the same. Vision Pulse also invested.
And we're if they're going to try to combo it or not. Again, you have the attempts, you got to think about it, but they might not need it. That's 3 in the kill feed down in their favor. And your accuracy, what can you do? You're just stuck in the corner. They know exactly where you are. Looney's trying to flank, but TJ's going to be looking for him. They know where he is, and finally Dashy falls. But this entire time, OpTic has been in the hill, and now Splyce is able to break through. That's great, but again, the rotation not there. Dashy already trying to lock it down in the backside of the map. Splyce is here. For what, 22, 23 seconds?
Yeah, someone from Splyce now needs to make the heads-up play to go for spawns, because number 4, that's going to be Crim. He's spawned out over towards fences, and Temp actually spawns a little deeper up at fences, so it basically comes down to him. Temp has to make the play here for Splyce. Finds one. Can he shut down TJ as well? Not going to happen. Looney's already rotated into the new hill. However, Karma's able to trade him out, so still, Temp has to try and make this play for Splyce. The original time with the scrap time doesn't mean much. Karma's there, Jerd for the trade, no spawns coming through just yet. It's back and forth, split spawns actually for Splyce, but somehow they're in the hill.
And you got a Tempest for both sides. You also have the War Machine in the hands of Temp, and there goes one. That Tempest is down. He is out of the game for the moment, and now it's OpTic Gaming inside the hill. The War Machine from Temp is going to get called in. He's able to find one. It's going to be Splyce in the hill, but players are everywhere. You got OpTic blocking spawns. They're surging from the front. It's chaos.
Scump made the play. Scump made the play. He went around the outside, and now OpTic Gaming spawning in. They're desperately trying to get in towards the garage. 25 seconds left. Splyce will be able to take the lead, but they have to stay out. The contest is going to come through. Temp, close corner. Can he do anything? No, he can't. Crim slides through. He finds the pick. The 17 seconds are in point, but no, it's Karma. He's already in the new hill, ready and waiting. A fantastic early rotation from him. This could well give OpTic Gaming the advantage as we rotate.
It's going to be a virtually tied game. Keep in mind, Dashy with the Tempest. A couple players are getting close to his specials as well. You look at Jerd, you look at Karma, both with the gravity slams at their disposal, but 3-point game. OpTic in control early on. When you call it in, when you get the kills, Dashy in the hill is able to find one.
It's going to be Dashy. It's going to be the Tempest play. Of course it is. The young player finds one. That's Temp that goes down. Dashy looking for more, trying to become a hero for the green wall here in map number 1. Players from Splyce desperately getting over towards the hill. It's going to be contested for now. Dashy's still the key component here for OpTic Gaming success. Can he find anything else? No, he can't. It's Jerd, the player that you highlighted, finds 2. Jerd looking for 3. He's going to be shut down. 223, 220. OpTic Gaming with control.
And Karma off the flank. He was able to get in the hill. It's OpTic in control. Now Splyce has to surge, and they don't have too much time. There's one player on the flank. It's going to be Looney trying to make the play. He's able to find one, and now OpTic, they got to look everywhere. Looney, I think, was able to find 2. Now the players are surging in from the front. It's chaos. 17 seconds left. OpTic Gaming cannot win here. They have to rotate Splyce inside the hill.
Gotta rotate. Number 7. Who is that? It's Temp once again. He has to now make the play for Splyce for the 2nd time in a row. And look at him trying to be sneaky. Only a nade in his hand. He's going to shut down TJ. Is there anyone else there for OpTic Gaming? Throws out the nade. All of a sudden, Splyce, they're about to take the lead. But grab stun from Karma. He shuts down Temp. Traded out from Aqua. Looney there to help. Splyce about to take the lead.
You get one good break if you're OpTic. You're going to flood from the front. One player pinching from mid. It's going to be Scump, but you got to make your move, and you got to do it simultaneously. There's the opening break. Scump able to find 2. Now it's going to be Jerd on the flank. He's going to get taken down, and OpTic are through. 13 seconds left, and this game is there.
Oh, you don't have time for Splyce. You just got to try and fly the hill. Someone has to try and touch it. It's going to be number 10. It's going to come down to Aqua. 2:45. Aqua has to try and make the play. Time is of the essence. Jerd is going to fall. In flies. Aqua finds one. Traded out. OpTic Gaming. Can they do it? Temp's in the hill. He will fall. And a crazy, crazy game 1 hard point falls to OpTic Gaming. But one thing's for sure, you called it, Chance. You said you expected this to be close, and that does not disappoint.
If that is any indication of how this series is going to play out,
Woo!
I'm cool with that, man.
I'm good too.
That was a ton of fun, man. Oh my God.
The specialist usages from both teams, insane. The chaos. I want to give Karma a ton of love as well for his rotation battles that you saw him have as he rotates towards fences. Huge. Just overall, that was just a ton of fun.
I don't even know where to begin. I mean, you talk about it being a barn burner by the end. We saw some cool things from Splyce, like on the Lambo Hill. They give up the back spawns. They still hold it. You have the moment where they burn what? A Hellstorm, a Lightning Strike, a War Machine, to know a Veil on the same hill. And then, it's at some point, a lot of teams get the lead on OpTic in the hard point. It just seems like if there's a certain moment in the game, they flip a switch. They kick it up a notch.
Sure.
Someone makes the big play, the pinch comes in, the teamwork, whatever it is, they have that extra on day one. On day one.
But just a quick glance at the scoreboard, I saw Dashi there, 7,600 damage.
That's a lot of damage, by the way.
Temp, 7,400. A player which we didn't really talk too much about. He held his own heavily there. But whilst we wait for map number 2 to load up, we've been very active on social. And we asked you guys at home a question. Who do you think had the best roster move coming into Vegas? And of course, Black Ops 4. We'll see some of your answers here on the screen. Some of the best roster moves. Gunless to LG. This man was shooting lasers last year, and he seems even better on this LG squad.
It's kind of a direct answer. You say, who is the best player in World War II? It's like him or Kenny. If you want to go with Gunless, that's fine. So yeah, that's the best trade. So I think that is a perfectly rational and reasonable answer. I'm cool with that.
He looks fantastic as well.
He does.
Like some of the plays he's already made for LG have been tier 1. Shooting lasers last year, shooting lasers this year. Here's another one though. Hashtag CWL PS4 United, adding a veteran in JCap and the youngster in a BZ. Both are big improvements if they can keep the slaying up. And it's worth mentioning, not only is JCap a veteran, he's also a world champ teaming with Clayster back in the Advanced Warfare days. So you bring that back together in a BZ. I mean, what a talent he is.
I mean, JCap is in the category if you thought he was undroppable. Like, he's that good. He always has been. And I think picking him up with the BZ makes perfect sense. You get the one veteran, you get the one crackhead, all your bases are covered. All of them.
And then the final one, Dashi. It doesn't even need any explanation. The guy is a unit. Yeah, he is. He's pretty good at video games.
I mean, I would disagree, but it's day one, and he has a montage reel at his disposal. How many 180 turns on has he already had on day one? So yeah, I would also say that is a very good answer.
Yeah, get the Twitch clips, add some dubstep over the top, and you basically have yourself a Dashi montage from day one here at CWL Vegas. But to the point you made, if that's any indication now is how the rest of this series is going to go, we could be in for a roller coaster of a ride. I mean, now as we head over towards a search and destroy, it's going to be Gridlock, then potentially a Seaside Hardpoint payload search and destroy, Gridlock game 3 as well. I just want to see this go at least to a game 4. At least give us a Seaside Hardpoint.
I'm cool. Dude, however long these guys want to go at it, that is perfectly fine with me. If it's
all night,
I'll take a 3-0 if it's games like that. As long as we have that caliber of competition, I'm perfectly cool. Because already in my mind, we were concerned potentially about Splyce and Hardpoint. How do they look? I think they look great.
They look really good.
You got Temp dropping 7,400 damage, flying under the radar while doing it. So, again, both of these rosters are absolutely stacked.
And I do want to point out as well that little tidbit there about Temp, 7,400 damage. But the way he got that damage as well was crucial. It wasn't just pointless gunfights. Some of those gunfights on rotation were massive in influencing the spawns and Splyce's favorites, what kept that series as close as it did. But when push came to shove, OpTic Gaming, they do take map number 1. They have the advantage in the series. And they look fantastic so far today. They have not dropped a map so far on Black Ops 4 Online.
But see, here's the thing about S&D. It's always been a problem for OpTic Gaming, and maybe not a huge problem at times, but it's definitely been their weakest game mode. Who do they pick up? Dashi and TJ Halley, who are two of the best S&D players in the world.
I know.
Two best. Yeah, it's those two guys. They're freakishly good. So I think that's another factor when you talk about the roster changes of OpTic Gaming, identified their weaknesses, made the best possible improvements to the same thing. And of course, on the flip side, Splyce, disgusting S&D players in the well. Accuracy had a phenomenal year last year in Search. Same thing with Akka, so heavy hitters on both sides. You talk about heavy hits, you got to talk about hit markers. Not quite enough damage, you only get 140.
And Dashi, roll of spotted Temp early in the round, but first blood's going to come. And it's Karma that's just kind of awkward. The trade's almost instant though. TJ there to find a pick up the Looney, so advantage OpTic Gaming, numerically at least for now. 60 seconds still in the round, it's a 4v3.
Jerd by himself trying to make a big play. The pinch is going to be there, but someone's got to go off. They definitely know he's back here. Jerd, he's able to find one, and now this is confusion time for OpTic Gaming. You surge forward, you're worried about both sides. Accuracy is able to find a pick, and all of a sudden it's a 3v2. You don't have the advantage. Finally, they stop Jerd, but it's going to be a 1v2. Can Crim6 clutch? We know we can, but what's he going to do? Both players near him. He's got a SOG at his disposal. And he's just going to sneak by one. It's perfect gunfight. They didn't get tagged up at all. Oh, knows he's not on bomb.
Bring around the Rosie. Temp finds a pick. Plenty of time. He's going to pick up that defuse at 2-0. He's going to grab the defuse. There it is. Better late than never. And of course, we'll be working towards some streaks too.
That's a very good round from Splyce. And again, you got to give credit to Jerd in that situation. I was very concerned when he didn't get that original kill on Dashi. I was thinking, oh man, that sucks because now they know he's behind. It's going to be difficult, but he's able to get a pretty nasty kill on TJ Halley. Of course, I want to talk about S&D players. Jerd obviously has to be in that conversation at some point, but yeah, a very solid opening round.
Yeah, I mean, there's that play once again. Our best play of the map so far. I Nicely done from Jordan. To your point, getting that kill opens up the map, the chaos ensues inside the site. Splyce simply able to out-trade. Grim does make it a 1v1, but Temp wins the gunfight. Now, heading over to round 2. I'm curious to see if Dashi will keep that sniper rifle out. Will anyone from Splyce try and challenge him? That's the big question. There's some pretty talented snipers on that side of the table as well. Aha! There you go. It's going to be Looney.
He's going to pull it out, see if he can make anything happen. And Dashi, I don't know if he saw that he was a sniper, but he definitely didn't want to peek. And of course, now Looney gives him the clearance. You guys can surge forward, get control, and control they have. Jerd is very aggressive right now.
Puts himself in such a good position. No dead silence, though. So maybe heard by OpTic Gaming. Scump goes down the stairs. Jerd should have that information. One more goes up the stairs. He doesn't have that information, though. Has a grapple to play with OpTic Gaming. Down to just 2 men. 4v2. Mid-map, Actor shuts down Dashi. 4v1. Scump has to make the play. Makes it a 1v3. Tagged up from the left. Not going to be able to heal just yet. And the challenge comes through from Jerd. And you kind of touched on it a little bit. Jerd's map positioning from almost the beginning of that round. As soon as they recognized there's no presence at B, he flew at OpTic Gaming.
I mean, and he was in the best possible spot to trade out any kills, and his teammates were like, we don't need you. Like, we appreciate what you're doing for the team right now, but like, we got this. Like, you have fun. We will just get you to round 3. And again, that's a fairly dominant round overall for Splyce, you'd say. So yeah, going up 2-0, feeling pretty good so far.
Of course, there's Accuracy. Had a phenomenal year last year. Talented search and destroy. Had a couple of 1v4s as well. Maybe he could try and get himself a 1v5 this year. I just can't wait till we see it. It's going to happen at some point, but oh no. No. Jerd with 1, Dashi with 2, Dashi looking for 3. Nade's going to be thrown out. Dashi goes down to 29 health. Trolling falls, what is that? He's still alive. The 2-player, no, stop it.
Oh, dude, thank God for Temp if you're a Splyce fan, because that was about to get real rough. I want to know what that does to the mentality when you know you have a guy dead to rights. You get 3 or 4 bullets into him, and all of a sudden you're just dead.
I don't think it does wonders for your confidence, Chance. I'm going to be honest.
It's insane sometimes. It's just...
He's being shot in the back, he's being shot in the front. And Dashi still survives, but it doesn't matter.
It almost does the same thing to Temp, too.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Temp, though, able to find a pick, and Splyce with the advantage on the search. 3-0 here. This is a convincing search so far from what we've seen from Splyce, outside of maybe a miracle round there from Dashi.
I was going to say, like, it's disgusting stuff, but, like, does it make a difference? No, absolutely not. Not so far. Pulls out the sniper. He's going to whiff on 1. He saw at least 3, if not all of them cross, so he's feeling the pressure, but he's going up top straight away, looking for more, trying to make some magic happen, but he's going to get taken down from the window, and Splyce, just like that, they get 3 kills. Only 1 dies for it. Of course, TJ on the flank is going to be causing problems, so a doable thing, doable clutch right here.
2v2 now. Scump was able to find Aqua, and TJ somehow managed to escape. At least buying some time. Looney shuts down Scump. Now they know exactly where TJ is. It's a 2v1. TJ really should be dead to rights here. And if you're Looney, you don't even need to chase. Wait for your teammate to put that bomb down. Force TJ to come back to you. That's going to be the game plan. Temp wisely backs away. They plant the bomb. Have good info on where TJ is going to come from.
So we got to take a look at the setup because, of course, a cluster nade's there. They know where TJ last was, but they might be worried about the wrap. Of course, not anymore. They have information. 1 player on top, 1 player on the 18. They're going to be looking over top at Temp. He just calls in the war machine to get the secure. And that's bold, but hey, you got the round win. You're up 4-0. Is that a bold use in a 2v1? Yes. Does it work? Yes.
You're in it. You're in a 2v1, right? You should be winning your 2v1s just by trading, if anything. But what I will say is now you have such a big cushion, right? 4-0 the lead here for Splyce, not giving OpTic any chance to breathe here in search.
I was going to say, like, I've seen TJ get enough clutches to just put him down, know where he is, put him down, give him no wiggle room, because you saw the read TJ made. He knew he was up there with the pre-fire, might have had it in a straight-up gunfight. Who knows? So up 4-0, Splyce again in a great spot.
Better safe than sorry. That's going to be Temp's thinking there. Going now into round 5, first blood, second blood for OpTic Gaming. They also have a third, so it's a 5 versus 2. Temp will fall. Now it's down to Accuracy. I said, hey, it'd be great if you got a 1v5. Not even going to happen this round. Doesn't even find the first pick. OpTic Gaming respond. They get that first round win here in the search and destroy.
And that's kind of the, I don't know what like the right way to phrase it would be. It's the risk you take on this map when you ever have someone watch B, because if you leave Accuracy over at the B site and OpTic Gaming 5 floods over an A, you're automatically working at a man disadvantage. You stack it, you're playing lives. Sometimes it can go your way, but obviously it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you, and that's OpTic Gaming just trying to run them over through showers.
And it works out in that time. Splyce still with the 4-1 advantage though. And we'll take a glance at the specialists available. Of course, we saw Temp use the War Machine. Aqua was about 50% towards the Tempest. Really nothing else to work with on the Splyce side. Dashy close to his Tempest, and TJ halfway towards a War Machine. So, I mean, really, you look at the investment of the War Machine, right? And it's kind of worth it. It is kind of worth it. TJ's halfway through, and for Temp, he's about a third, so he's not exactly too far away, but in terms of this round, first blood already for Jerd. Dashy responds with a double, looking for more, not gonna be able to get it. Temp throws out the nade, now a 3v2 in favor of Splyce.
And Temp's going off, he's able to find 2. Keep in mind, he has 9 kills to his name. Crimsix already last man standing. They line up though, and that's an instant 1v1. Accuracy versus Crim. And that was a very short-lived accuracy, just gonna put him in the dirt. And Splyce looking clean in S&D.
Yeah, I mean, they allowed Crim to make that a 1v1, which was a little scary, but yes, happened. 5-1, accuracy's there, and closes the round out, but props to Temp. I think we have to give him a lot of love for what he's been able to do so far in this search and destroy, putting up big numbers, a key factor. So why Splyce running away? Not like a better way of saying it, really, running away with game 2.
We'll see if they can let it ride, because again, well, not nearly as big a lead they had in the hard point, but they did, a little bit got away from potentially. So you definitely want to make sure you shut him down. And if anyone's going to do it again, 10 kills leading the lobby. Of course, Dashy not too far behind, but now he's got a Tempest. You might just need to use it early, because now he's going to die. His teammates need a clutch so he doesn't waste it. There's a lot of pressure mid-map.
Looney 1-6 with that death. Armor also 1-6 with that death as well. However, accuracy able to trade one out. 2v1. Do they know where Crim is? He's been in a couple of these clutch situations so far. They get the information. They have the knowledge on where Crim is. They also know they have bomb down as well mid-map. This is a bit of a pickle for Crim, but he finds one. Pre-fire. Sure, it actually connects with a hit marker. 1v1.
I don't think Jerd knows that he does have that bomb down.
You don't think?
I mean, he just ran away from it.
Maybe he's scared of it.
He's going fast flank. Crim is playing slow.
I think Jerd is seeing if he's going to rotate through the A site, but Crim, with 30 seconds left in the round, really has to try and get a read on how he thinks Jerd's going to play this. Jerd wrapping. He went through the A site, of course, so he knows there's nothing there. Crim playing time. High risk.
He's going for the hard read right here. Oh my God, I have no idea if you saw him, but he should be able to get the bomb down because Jerd, he just dips. He gets completely out, so this is as true of a 1v1 as you're gonna see. And it looks like Crimsix did spot him because he went and cleared this out, and now if he clears it out enough, he's gonna say, okay, I know Jerd's not here. I wanna go for the flank. Do I wanna just turn around? And they're just playing Ring Around the Rosie.
You feel like that's one of those where his teammate spots him and calls it out, and Crim just trusts in the call out more so than anything else, but still 1v1, 25 seconds left. Crim.
He heard him.
Versus Jerd. Challenges Crim with the pick. It's Jerd with the beatdown to keep OpTic Gaming alive in map 2. And how many times can you think historically where Crim has done just that? Clutched up big.
Okay, he was going to check the bomb. He heard Jerd 100%. I don't know who's got that. What's like great hearing? I don't know what a good like metaphor.
Really good hearing.
He has really good hearing, man. Someone on that team, volume cranked up to the max. Either that or he just made the best read possible. That is a obviously necessary round for OpTic Gaming.
Yeah, most definitely Jerd a little upset with that, but still plenty of round cushion here. The issue, you do have a couple of specialists for OpTic Gaming, which honestly, you may want to just invest early, right? Especially considering how close Crim is to streaks. If you pop your Vision Pulse, potentially you can try and get towards that lightning strike.
Do you remember that round where they left the player over by B and got ran over A? This is the opposite sort of strategy where you completely give one up. The reason you can do that is because you have Vision Pulse, you have all the information. Splyce is like, oh, we're probably going to need to back up before we get picked. And Aqua actually is able to find that first blood despite the fact that he was streaks.
Bear in mind how close Crim is actually going to get to streaks. I believe he's just 50 points away. A pick will do it. He may have to invest a streak straight away, trying to back away, scrambling for his life.
You don't have to do it. Karma's on the flank, by the way. The pings are going to come in. They have no idea Karma's behind here. They know they're all going to be inside. They have to know that these players are inside, and they know one player is going to be on the team flank as well. It's up to Karma. He's going to find one. There's more. Now those players are just trapped inside, but Jerd is on the flank of all flanks, and him and Crim are looking for each other. They just had the earlier one. And he's going to take him down. Karma, though, still behind the 18, but Looney's able to get behind him somehow. And all of a sudden, it's Karma for the 1v3. He's just going to get dropped. The lightning strike did not matter. The Vision Pulse did not matter. Splyce and S&D are looking clean.
Yeah, very, very clean indeed. A couple of maybe small mistakes there from Splyce, but you can't nitpick too much because overall that was a dominating map number 2, and we were talking about OpTic Gaming and Search and Destroy. It's traditionally been their woes. Well, right there, it didn't really show. You know, picking up 2 of the titans of Search and Destroy.
I mean, Dashy still dropped a lot of kills. Like, he was keeping up with them. There were just so many rounds where everyone was dying around him, and Dashy's the last one standing. But we're tied 1-1 right now. We're going to have a phenomenal series on our hands, Ben. You guys better not go anywhere, because when we come back, we have control on Gridlock.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to CWL Vegas. It's day 1, and we've already had some fantastic games. And Chance, this one on main stage, not disappointing. OpTic Gaming Splyce, series tied at 1-1. Here's a look at how we got to control Gridlock. Has to end at hardpoint, 250 to 238, a nail-biting end. The green wall clutch up big. Then we head over to Gridlock Search and Destroy, where Splyce just steamrolled through the green wall. And that now takes us to this game 3 control.
And obviously, with these two teams, anything can happen but I think there's a very real possibility that this game decides who wins the entire series. Because again, you give OpTic a slight bump in the hard point, you give Splyce a slight bump in the S&D. Is that perfect?
Sure.
No, absolutely not.
Nah,
OpTic could win a game 5, Splyce could win the next 2. Again, it's going to be 2 juggernaut teams going at it, but I think this is going to be the deciding match.
All right, Gridlock control underway. We're going to kick things off on board with Jared. Are we going to see maybe a B push straight off the rip? It looks like that's going to be the case. 3 OpTic gaming players sent over to the other side of the map, and Jared's feeling confident, maybe a little too confident there. Crim's going to make him pay. Aqua looking for a double, not going to find it. Looney there for the trade though, so still even kills, and at least, oh, no, speak too soon.
I can't tell.
A hair away from a tick into B. It's still going to be contested. And OpTic, I think they've done it. Yep, they defend B perfectly. Well played, OpTic Gaming.
And that's good. They've also beat the opposing team on the rotation battle as well. Aqua does win that gunfight. You can see OpTic were Johnny on the spot instantly. They sent their team over to make that rotation to showers. It looks like Splyce does have that early control. Scump gets taken down on the flank as well, and here's where their ticks get crazy. You got 3 bodies, excuse me, all stacked up in the hill, and well, they're going to be able to get a split push.
Look at the split push. Aqua's over at B as well here, so that could put a lot of pressure on OpTic Gaming. If he's quick, he could apply that pressure early, because here comes a pinch from Looney. He finds 1, Looney finds 2, looking for 3. The assist comes through, and you still, at the other side of the map, have Aqua ready and waiting. OpTic, they give up A, rightfully so. You're not going to be able to contest that, but you're going to be running directly into Aqua's line of sight.
And there's a lot of great things going on. Looney's able to find 2. It's worth pointing out, Aqua did jump off and tried to make a good play. It was the right idea. He does get taken down. Now this pressure is coming in from the back, but OpTic, it looks like they're able to stabilize, but at the same time, Splyce do have that 3-kill advantage.
And more importantly, they have a tick into B. How crucial could that be when this time limit starts to dwindle down? 1:45 still to play. 3-kill lead in favor of Splyce as it stands. Can they manage to clutch up, though? That's the question. You can see when you have this much time, you can afford to make a big rotation.
And I like this from Splyce. They have 2 players mid-map basically playing stationary. They are playing it like it's S&D, but not working out too great so far. They had that 3-kill advantage, now down to just 1, but they obviously have the right idea. They know they have plenty of time. They know if they get 1 good wipe, they're right back in that next hill, and they're just going to be compounding their thing. Of course, Karn right now by himself. He's on one side of the map. He gets found out. You got TJ on the other. He's able to take that down, and well, all of a sudden, that 3-kill advantage for Splyce is now 2.
It's a flurry of kills for OpTic Gaming, and it's going to be enough to give them a little bit of a lead. Accuracy tries to nullify it straight away, but it's Dashy with a double. He will be shut down by Jared. Temp there as well. Again, just a flurry of trades left and right. Still, Karma defending the B zone from behind Taxi. Here comes Splyce though. Karma has to at least take 1 down before he falls. He's done a fantastic job. Teammates now shooting over him, and Karma with fantastic accuracy. He's trying to make the play with a grapple. Wanted to put even more pressure on Splyce. Splyce now down to their final 5 lives. OpTic Gaming with 6.
And time is getting a little bit low as well, so they don't really have time to go on full flanks. They got to flood in the front, and Crim6 and Scump are going to be waiting, and just like that, it's a 3v6, 22. Do you even try to flood in? Do you just try to work towards streaks? It looks like they're going to go for it. Temp slides in. He's able to find 1, but he's going to get dropped. They're going to get overwhelmed. And OpTic Gaming, it got scared for a moment, but they stabilized and they close out that first defensive round.
So important, because you saw the way that the setup started to develop there from Splyce, right? When they capture the showers control point, it looked as if that foot race was going to be won by Splyce, and it was so close. It was marginal. Those gunfights extended that round so much for OpTic.
And again, Aqua in that situation made a fantastic play with when he comes on the flank. He finds 2. He jumps out of the hill. They don't know where he is. It gets confusing. The gunfights, though, just don't go their way, and then they get cleaned up. But either way, at the end of the day, it's only 1 round in. We got a couple more to go potentially. And it looks like OpTic, it's not a hard press over towards A. They're playing slow, and I think they're trying to bait the rotation over towards B. And at some point, they're going to make the move towards A, and that's exactly what's going to happen. And well, Temp's by himself. Best of luck.
Buy some time. If you can find a kill, best case scenario. Instead, we're going to have 1 tick into A, surely. It should be past. It is, and now it just comes down to, can Splyce react quick enough? Jared tries to stay alive, but it's 4 players dead. Only 1 up for Splyce, and already, if you're Splyce, you have to give up control A. That's a very good first initial push from OpTic Gaming.
And now these players for OpTic Gaming, it's Dashy and TJ. Just don't throw away your lives. You don't have to do anything crazy, and maybe you got a little bit too aggressive because they just got overwhelmed because their teammates are on the other side of the map. So maybe biting off a little bit more than they can chew, but still in a very good situation. You got 2 minutes to work with. You have a kill advantage, but you got to stop a couple of these Splyce players in your base, trying to go for some spawn kills, but of course, OpTic, well, they're in their base.
Yeah, 3 OpTic Gaming players in Splyce's base, 2 Splyce players in OpTic Gaming's base, and it's just going to come down to now the kills. Who's going to be able to pick him up? Temp with a double. Temp being such a nuisance here. Watching that flank, and again, keep your eye on number 1 on that minimap. That's going to be Aqua. He has Looney with him as they try and lock up a spawn trap. 4 OpTic Gaming players going to push straight through the middle. Want to go down the throat of Splyce as they try and put some pressure back over towards the B hill. Time is something to be wary of, gents. It's not crunch time just yet, but a minute 25 on the clock.
I mean, this is a very good setup for Splyce if you think about what's going on. They have enough control on the top side of the map. They know OpTic Gaming is having to go on this full flank, and yes, OpTic Gaming are able to get a couple kills, but then Splyce is just going to spawn up behind him. So the situation Splyce are doing, because of that pressure on the top left side of the map, it's giving them pre-made pinches when they die. They know exactly where they have to look. I really like this setup that they have going for them, and OpTic so far do not have the answer to break.
They just can't break through. Dashy with a win on Temp. You still have to worry about Looney and Aqua though. If you're OpTic Gaming, if you go for just a more bog standard push, Looney will fall. That's going to move Aqua now. Furthest push Splyce player, he's going to fall. It's Karma that opens things up with a double kill. And that's also going to give OpTic Gaming a 2-kill lead. Scump with a miraculous double. And all of a sudden, OpTic, they're going to get control of B.
The flanking wasn't working, so just flood through the front. They got a lot of pressure, and now they are pushing Splyce back. And, well, this is where it gets dire for Splyce. You want to invest the War Machine. Already you see that TAC 5 is going to get popped, so they're going to try to make some move. And, well, OpTic Gaming, a couple players inside, they got to go. And Temp, even with the 200, is going to lose the gunfight. Looney's going to get the beat down. And this is looking like OpTic Gaming trying to get their second round on board. They are in complete control, and frankly, there's not enough time for Splyce.
Yep, they're not even going to be able to get to the hill, I don't think, to contest it. OpTic Gaming slaying out. Is anyone going to get there? No, they are not. It may have taken OpTic about 60 seconds to break the setup, but when they broke it, it crumbled, and it begs the question, should Temp have invested the War Machine in that situation? You use your crash specialist, you get the extra health, the pressure's on, that's an important round. Now OpTic Gaming just need one more and they go up in the series.
I think so, you're right, absolutely. You have to get the bounce back round, you have to win on defense, and they had a setup that worked beautifully for a minute 15 seconds, and then the flood through the front crumbs, but you have all your bases covered on the back, you have the extra 200 health. I agree, I think you should pop it. Is that an easy thing to know in game? Absolutely not. It's situational play. You're going against OpTic main stage, first day of Black Ops 4 to main event. It's not easy to make these decisions.
Sure isn't. 2-0 OpTic Gaming though, as they head over towards the A. Hear the War Machine rattling. It's going to be Temp that has it, but there's a Tempest and a Grab Slam invested. Not sure if maybe the Grab Slam was needed, but the Tempest player, which was Dashy, will fall. So early advantage over towards Splyce. They have about a tick and a half now into A. They should be good to get 2 whole ticks. Or OpTic Gaming just going to concede.
They're going to have to. What OpTic Gaming is trying to do, they're trying to pinch them in completely. They have all 5 players trapped. They're going to try to wipe them out. Keep them trapped in here as long as possible. Just get the kills. And, well, Splyce, I mean, they got plenty of time, but how do you get out of this? They're going to hit the back, actually. They're going 4 through. Jurgen's able to find 2, and there you go. Smart play, instant recognition, send 4 out the back.
Oh, but it's a bait. It's a bait, though. OpTic Gaming sent 2 players through mid-map, and all of a sudden, Splyce turn around. They re-hit Showers, and they could get a little bit of control again if they're able to at least trade, but Scump and TJ read the play perfectly. Scump picks up a double, TJ with 1 as well. And now it's OpTic Gaming's turn to try and defend that B zone. A minute 48 on the clock.
And OpTic, they smell blood in the water. They are surging forward, calling in streaks. This is just pure, unadulterated aggression. How many players are inside of this hotel room, whatever you want to call it right now? Scump looking for a second. He's going to find it. Doesn't even take a bullet. He's got the drone squad to boot. Looney's clean-up skills for the king. The man, by the way, on a 10 streak.
Yeah. 18 and 6, triple positive, looking to really stamp his authority down on this one. Finds another 11, 12. Oh, he runs out of ammo, I believe. Pulled out his fists and will finally fall, but damage done. For OpTic Gaming, 16-12, the kill lead. They've really delayed this round as well in terms of time.
And this is where Splyce, they're sending a bunch of players on the flank, but you got to flood this hill. You got to get one clean break, get inside. But when the score search are getting called in, how can you do it? They revert back, try to get inside. Are they going to do it quickly enough? Yes, they actually are, but they're also falling to guns, if not the Hellstorm. 14-9 life advantage for OpTic. There's time for Splyce to work with, but
you need a 5 down in quick succession. It's the only way you have a chance. Tempest is going to be invested. Scump goes down. Will he be cleaned up? I'm not sure if he will just yet. If I know he does fall, but unfortunately for Aqua, his teammates are down as well. Has to try and make the play. Time is of the essence. 30 seconds. TJ's going to pull out the War Machine as well to try and counter the Tempest. There's a streak invested. Scump with a team kill. Surely not like this. TJ goes down as well. 20 seconds left. Splyce down to their final 4 lives. To be frank, this just isn't going to happen.
I mean, it's doable, but incredibly difficult unless they all die at the exact same time. And that is OpTic Gaming with sheer domination and control.
We said Splyce was dominating in game 2. Well, OpTic Gaming, they dominated game 3. A 3-0. Didn't really give Splyce a chance whatsoever. And that will now give them the lead in the series. 2-1 chance.
And again, I think it comes back to there were moments where Splyce, they had opportunities. It was on defense, he popped the TAC 5, you call him the War Machine. Is it all on that play? No, absolutely not. But if you're looking for ways to improve, I think you look back at that situation and you try to do something different. Again, they played phenomenally for 1:15. Things don't pan out. On the flip side, though, everything went right for OpTic Gaming. Scump, I think, bumped up a 12 streak by the end of it before the drone squad had to finish off that final kill.
He ran out of ammo. Pulling out his fist, he was like, uh-oh. Unfortunately, the drone squad couldn't find the kill quick enough. But for OpTic Gaming, they have the advantage. We know how close the first hardpoint was, so this series definitely not over yet.
That, of course, was the end there of map 3. They're on Alpha with OpTic up 2-1. And Ant, Scump, I think, ended that like 22-7 or something ridiculous.
Yeah, he's had a great series so far, but so has Dashy. He's the player that I was looking out for. He is playing amazing. But to Pac-Man's credit, what he said about Donnie, you know, it's kind of coming true right now. Donnie's definitely playing the best on Splyce right now.
Donnie's amazing at this game. Tim's a great player. And let me clear something up about Dashy, okay? I know he's amazing.
I was a Dash hater too.
Do you?
I'm not hating on Dashy. I just said I want to see him do it on Sunday. That's it. That's all I was saying. Can't put him on my top.
You think he's using that golden ticket well?
Oh, he's going off. He's going off. He's going off. He's going off.
Oh my God. Well, look. Is anyone super surprised by this? I mean, when we talk about OpTic Gaming, we continuously come back to the idea that like they suck at SD. Let's call it spade to spade. Like, SD has never been the game. I actually think their SD looks fine on this game, but I think, like I tweeted about this earlier, I just think Splyce are so strong at S&D. That was a terrible, terrible example of like gauge their caliber of how they're playing so far in the tournament. I think OpTic are looking in fine form so far. I mean, this is a good run for them. Splyce, this is potentially going to be a 3-1, John. I think
I called it.
It's happening.
3-1.
If they were so close to winning that first hard point, my prediction was this close.
And then
you're getting all excited.
I know. Huh?
What's the Dashy at first map? 45?
He had like 7 million damage or something like that first
7
map.
million, give or take.
Something around that number. But we just saw that control out of OpTic. That's probably the strongest control performance that we've seen. They were amazing.
Hey, it happened off stream, it was happening on Bravo, but speaking of control points, so this is a slight aside, I've detoured this one, we're going off Peace Kids, but Lightning Pandas versus Envy. I watched Envy win an entire round of control on Gridlock. They were down 7-2, 2 players left alive, and they captured both
That's
points.
unacceptable.
That is disgraceful.
That's horrible.
How does that happen?
That's horrible.
I love Lightning Pandas, but I was spewing up here. I was spitting on the desk. I'm cleaning up everyone.
I'm just having a really good time watching this match, you know. My prediction
It's nice to be up here, though, isn't it? It's not a bad
prediction
time.
so far is really good. You know, we got Dashy, he's just doing Dashy things. Scump came alive that map. It was just pretty easy, you know. It's got 3 time. You know, they just got all the weapons. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the thing about Splyce is like they got to win this hard point. Their backs are against the wall right now, and OpTic's such a good respawn team. It's going to be so hard for a team like Splyce that's down in the series to go into this hard point and kind of regroup after getting dominated on control right there. You got to think the players in OpTic Gaming, when they get momentum, they're one of the toughest teams to go against. I mean, in general, they're just one of the toughest teams to go against. So. I got to think OpTic closes it out here, but that map 1 was crucial for this series. When OpTic was able to clutch up there, it's crucial map 1.
And I think everyone does want to go and check out now that play of the game presented by Scuff, with Scump on OpTic just going off.
I mean, this should be allowed, right?
Excuse me, Miles?
This just shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah,
this kind of gameplay is furiously X-rated.
It's just the king doing king things.
He's been pretty good at COD for like a pretty long time.
Yeah, pretty good
now.
I think we said it after the first map. We were like, look, man, there can only be one king. Like, we love Jerd, but there can only be one king, and Scumpy's looking fine in this series.
Yeah.
So that's it. We're pretty sure that Splyce is, you know, there's no clawing your way back.
Oh no, they can do it. I think they can do it.
Splyce is going to win this map because my prediction's got to be correct. So they're going to win Seaside, close range map, going to be in barrels. Tim's going to go off. Carry me to be correct, please.
Well, we will indeed, of course, see if they can do that, but we are ready to go back to Alpha with OpTic and Splyce, and back to our casters. Guys, take it away.
Thank you very much, Katie. I'm not too sure about Pac-Man's overall prediction, but one thing he's definitely correct about, keep your eyes out on Temp. He's had a phenomenal series. He often gets critiqued a lot in the competitive Call of Duty community, but he's having a hell of a performance here when his team needs him the most.
I mean, he's got a loud mouth. There's no other way to phrase it, right? But you can talk smack if you can back it up. So far, he's been pretty good, but yes, he does need to be better, of course, though. Back in the hard point first, Hill, and well, right now, OpTic Gaming, all the pressure in the world inside the hard point. If there's one place you want pressure, it's inside the hard point.
Yes, it is. He's going to be earning those points as Temp springs into life, gets himself a double. The trade should come through, but it's the hill time, which is obviously going to be the most important thing. Dashi finds himself 2, Jerd with 1, and that's the key, right? How many times have you heard us say Dashi with 2 in Respawn, even in the search and destroy? It's the fact that he's always trading his life out and more. Every life, it's so important for OpTic Gaming.
The individual players are great, and then as a team, off the opening break, they get control and they flip spawns. They were 0 time wasted. Crimsix already is rotating, trying to stop Splyce. Best of luck to him. That's the entire team that's in barrels. He's able to take one down with them and maybe buy his team enough time. Now the rest of the OpTic green wall is there to be the backup. The bricks that they can stop him. Dashi able to find 2. TJ helps with 1. And again, perfect rotation. A very good lead.
TJ close to streaks as well. 75 points will get him his lightning strike. 50 seconds left on the hill. He could opt to stay in the hill, but a kill maybe a little better, but he's not going to be able to win the fight. So no streaks for him. He's going to swarm down over towards P1. I believe Dashi was close as well, but he may have fallen. So no streaks earned for OpTic Gaming off the initial couple of pushes. And Splyce will get a little bit of hill time here. 30 seconds left. And already, keep your eye on that minimap. Number 8, number 9. And have yourself Accuracy and Looney at Fountain, ready and waiting. They're going to have to concede 20 seconds of hill time here, but you can, if you play flawlessly, make it back on P3.
And this becomes a foot race. 2 players from Splyce spawned out. They're going to be coming through Church. There's 3 through OpTic working through Orange, or at least he got 2. But Accuracy, he's watching it. Doesn't want to reload. He knows he doesn't have time. He's got to slow these players down so his teammates, the reinforcements, can come in. And this is the reinforcements. Aqua coming in behind, cleaning up the easy kill. And he's going to turn on Dashi to get his second. And they still spawn in the back. They didn't have anyone back there blocking Aqua, though. Maybe they don't need the spawns. If they can have him go off Scump, though, he's trying to lock him down. And we'll see if OpTic, I think they might just spawn on top. You got players for Splyce spawning out, players for OpTic spawning out. They're trying to find Scump in the back, and meanwhile, no one's really in the hill. Aqua's doing everything he can, but it's so tough.
And Scump was such a nuisance. He was trying to buy time for OpTic Gaming to hit it from the front. Unfortunately, though, I don't think it's going to be enough. 30 seconds left on the hill, and now you have a situation where Aqua himself is close to streaks, close to a Tempest as well.
And this is going to be a great spot. You got to play for him. It's TJ looking for him, but TJ probably has a SOG. It's not an easy gunfight to win, and I think TJ is going to do the smart thing, going to back down, but this is it. I mean, get a kill. You're in a great spot. Take your time. Your teammates are just shred if you need to do it. For the second, and he's going to get it. He's going to earn 2, but he's looking for more.
If he turns and burns on TJ as well. TJ didn't expect it. He's now fully streaked out. Aqua springs into life. An 8 flurry from him, and now so close to the Tempest. If you can get Tempest on Barrel's Hill, champ, it can be disastrous for your opponent.
And that's what it takes. One player has to go off just to claw back into the game, but despite all that, OpTic Gaming still inside the hill. The streaks are going to be tough to deal with, but at least not now. Not inside of Barrels. You're feeling pretty good. Splyce, now they're going to be going through the flood. You got Jerd working. You got Aqua coming inside. They're able to find 2, able to get inside, but now the reinforcements for OpTic are in. You got the slides, you got the baits, you got Dashi getting 2, Karma getting 1, and, well, Dashi is just...
He killed 4.
He got them all.
He basically single-handedly just walked into the hill and said, nah, this belongs to me. Thank you very much. 25 seconds left, and OpTic should be good for the scrap. Does Splyce want to push it one final time? I think they may have to just push away their tails between their legs and rotate over towards the first hill. But here's the problem. You already have Scump, you already have Crim, ready and waiting for Splyce on a late rotation.
Got players already fighting over. Splyce is trying to flood in through the top side. I'm trying to think when you want to use the streaks. He could save him for a long time, but he's going to call him Hellstorm now. See if he can do any damage. It forces OpTic Gaming at least outside of the hill. Doesn't get much with it. Actually is able to find 1, and there you go. Splyce, they had the information. New players were up by a gate, and they get the wipe.
And honestly, if you're Aqua here and you're Splyce, you save that lightning strike for the next fountain rotation. I feel like you absolutely have to. It allows you to maybe rotate a little later than you would want from P2 to P3, but still, you have that security blanket now.
And the way you want to do it, you have to get players in position. You cleared out the lightning strike, and then they immediately swarmed in the back. So I know we're thinking way far ahead, but sometimes when casting hardpoint, you need to breathe and slow things down just a little bit. But either way, Splyce, again, outside of the first two hills, have done a phenomenal job, of course, off the back of Aqua. Getting back into this game, temp is potentially heating up a little bit as well, and they're trying to search
more
for
streaks.
And more streaks. What do you need for the Fountain Hill? You got everything in your repertoire. 25 off of the Hellstorm.
If he can get fully streaked out here, this is going to be massive for Splyce. He may invest the ping. Is he going to use it? That's just bad timing. Calls in the lightning strike as well, though, so the streak is going to be invested. Is it going to connect anything? No, it won't. So you're one streak down. Good thing for the Green Wall fans out there. Karma in the hill, trying to find one. Connects. Another streak invested. Apple's going to use his lightning strike to break that hill, and I'm going to be honest, Chad, I don't know if I agree with that play.
Well, we're going to see if it pans out or not. Dashy is saying it's a terrible play. He's able to find 3. Aqua pulls out the Tempest.
No!
He's going to let it ride. He's going to get 4. Look for more. Get them all.
Kill everything. Another lightning strike for him. I guess it's the right play call when you're so confident you can earn more streaks. 25 seconds left. Splyce with the lead and with a lightning strike. You can see Aqua's just so careful. If he can find one more pick with the Tempest, it's going to be huge. You almost want to use the teammate to bait. Finds one, mid-map doesn't connect. Retail comes through. The Tempest connects, but he doesn't earn the tier 2 streak. Splyce with the lead, but the rotation won by OpTic Gaming, but you have utility.
They got plenty of time, and one player for OpTic has already spawned out, so when he calls in this lightning, you're going to see the ping in the back. So the setup is going to be here. You got Splyce, a bunch of them coming up, but Dash is prepared. He's got the Tempest. He's got the trophy system out as well, but this is the movement. He's coming in. Aqua able to find one. Can any players get to the back? Dash is trying to stop him, able to find one. Might slide out for the second. It looks like Scump. Have they done enough to get in the back? They still have the good spawn. Almost. They got one player blocking them.
It's Karma. He's still back. He falls. Splyce break through flawlessly. 35 seconds, but you have to defend from the front. In flies TJ, looking for more. Only one, dipping and diving. Somehow still alive. Aqua is there to shut him down, but the Green Wall still flooding from the front. Dashy with one. He drops, and Splyce may be able to finally breathe. The final 20 seconds of Fountain Hill should go to them. They've given themselves a cushion, but they've invested pretty much everything.
It's the largest lead of the game we've seen so far, I think, in both the hard points. So it is now their game to lose. Of course, you got other specialists coming online. Dash with the Tempest. TJ's got the War Machine. Crim6, by the way, getting close to that Vision Pulse. Do you wait for Crim to get that to try to go for the combo with everything? And of course, on the flip side, Accuracy has it as well. And you see already, TJ able to find 2 before he gets straight out with the War Machine. And it's just chaos on the map right now, Ben, but it looks like OpTic, they're able to stabilize as long as they pick up accuracy, and that's done.
Dashy may use the Tempest here to see if he can try and break into barrels. It's so powerful. Of course, his teammates have control now, but the contest surely should be coming through. Scump trying to fight through the front. Here is that Tempest from Dashy. This can do so much damage. He could have potentially earned streaks here. Finds one, turns. Can he find the second? There's 2. There's 3 in the hill! Dashy shutting down absolutely everything! 150 away from another lightning, and this is picture perfect play from this young man. Another one for Dashy, looking for more. If he'd have cleaned up that kill, that could have been the lightning strike.
He knew, too. He didn't want to go for the finish. He knew there was more pressure coming in. He tried to make the right play, but it wasn't enough. I think I hear the Vision Pulse. Someone popped theirs as well. His accuracy. His is depleting. So OpTic Gaming, they got their work cut out for him. A beatdown from Jared comes in, and they're trying to win the rotation. They got a 60-point lead. They're trying to pile it on. Now it's going to be up to 10, trying to stabilize. That's a Vision Pulse. Gone. The rotation still won by OpTic Gaming. Maybe. Pressure's coming from in. Pressure coming in from the side. It's going to be a close one.
To your point, the biggest lead of the game. Splyce 214. OpTic Gaming 147. Early hill control in their favor. How are Splyce going to approach it? Note number 10, that's going to be Aqua. Spawns out, now may try and set up a pinch. TJ spawned behind everyone, so if Splyce take too long, TJ's in a fantastic position to cause such a ruckus for Splyce. Here he is, on the flank, there's one, Dashy with one as well, and that's the perfect play from TJ. He gets a little blessed, but by God, does he make it work.
And it is the exact same thing we saw at the opening break of the game. They win this first hill, they win the rotation a second. TJ knows exactly where he needs to be. He has some help as well, but Jared, again, the beatdowns are insane. He does get cleaned up though. Dashy, of course, is able to find 2, like always, but now players for OpTic Gaming. Everyone's spawning out. It's a foot race in one hand. Splyce, they get the back spawn as soon as Crim falls, and there you go, Splyce. They end up winning that rotation battle, but OpTic, of course, that was a 70-point lead, depleted to 24.
You basically have no extra utility left for either side. Karma, the closest to earning his specialist. He is so close, but it's Splyce in the hill. 50 seconds remain. OpTic trying to fight from the back. In flies Karma. I believe he ground pounds. That's his team kill. He killed Scum by accident, but in goes TJ, in goes Dashi. And unfortunately for Aqua, he's only able to take down one. OpTic Gaming have broken the hill. They have control of the spawns. Those 30 seconds, I believe, will give them the lead. And this is where Splyce have to be so careful, because if they spawn out here and OpTic Gaming beat them through rotation, this is the map.
You're exactly right. Splyce's win condition is do not lose spawns for next. Go play in the back, but Dashi's got streaks. It's going to make that job a lot harder. And look who spawned in the back. It's Splyce. OpTic Gaming from down by 7 and looking to tie this game up, take the lead, do something crazy. They got streaks. Are they going to win the rotation? There's one player by himself. It's going to be Jerd. He's going to fall. You don't even have to use the lightning strike. Use it to kill him on the way. This game is OpTic Gaming's. They can do this. They got to stop Splyce. Splyce is 16-17, make it away from winning the game. OpTic at the hill.
This is almost an impossible position to lose from. You have full control. You have a lightning strike as well. The kill's crucial. TJ with one. The contest comes through. TJ, a little bit of help there comes through, and it's a big pinch coming from Splyce. This is basically the play right here. Accuracy needs to win the gunfight. He's not going to be able to do so. Scum pushing out the left-hand side lane. Meanwhile, the rest of his teammates pick up kills left and right. Dashi with a double. TJ with a double. OpTic with the lead. They need 10 more seconds, and Scum is pushing out the left-hand side of the lane, and TJ firing the war machine from above. That's 2. There's 3 from Dashi, and OpTic Gaming will take it in 4, 3-1. Was there ever any doubt? Down 70, you could never even tell.
Ben, it's every game. It's every game with their hard point. It's going to start out at some point. They're going to fall behind, and then they flip that switch. They win the rotation by some miracle. They force the spawn out by some miracle, earning the score streaks when they need. They played like madmen.
We may say Dashi was given a golden ticket. We may say he was blessed to land on the squad he did of veterans, world champions, some of the most talented players in the game. But based off those individual performances, you saw that series, 7,278 damage in that game 4, 250 to 233. The man just went off. Dashi proving he can do it on the biggest stages here at the first event of Call of Duty Black Ops 4. But what a series that was. OpTic Gaming take it 3-1.
Do Amp Game Fuel. Level up the game.
The analyst desk is back, of course. Nameless, Miles, Study, Pack. We just saw OpTic feel very comfortable on Alpha in that 3-1 over Splyce Amp.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't easy by any means, but it was a great match to watch. OpTic clutching up at the end in just a crazy way. Dashy went on that streak at the statue, and it just never ended. It just spiraled, snowballed to all his teammates. They all started going off. TJ gets that War Machine. They're able to clutch up there, and I just had a feeling it was going to end like that.
To me, that was the best OpTic win that I've seen so far. They've steamrolled through other opponents, but something about that adversity that they had to handle in that game. Yep. They struggled to win map 1, struggled to win map 4, and they came out and got those wins. I think those wins are so important. You know what I mean? They are important. It's much more satisfying than steamrolling lesser opponents, I guess you'd say.
Well, and TJ there at the end with that War Machine, I mean, it was carnage there for that last like 20 seconds or so. Miles.
TJ and Dashy, the young duo, man, Dashy's so good. Dashy's so good. I don't know what I was talking about, man. Dashy's the best player in the world. I don't know what I was talking about.
We forgot Gunless Fists. Like, he's gone.
Yeah, it's what, Gunless?
Reasons to bias.
It's just like, it's my first time on the desk, and so far I'm 1 for 1 on perfect. Especially against
He's got to take your job. Careful.
Genius over here.
Because I got Dashy. It's pretty easy to put it together with that guy.
Yeah, he's definitely, I mean, I feel like he's been going out of his way to make sure to prove you wrong, Pack.
He's done it. He's done it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done doubting him. He's the best. He's just playing amazing, honestly. Another 7,000 damage map. Like, it's not normal, and he keeps doing it consistently. This guy's amazing.
And let's pull up our pools here, take another look at what is going on with A, B, C, and D for the rest of